What's going on, Red Sox Nation? My name is Mark Chikaris, and this is Sox Vlogs for March 27th, 2019. It is brought to you by Guy Boston Sports over at GuyBostonSports.com. Quick shout out, quick plug, speaking of Guy Boston Sports. Our daily Red Sox recap writer, Drew Athens, came out with a book last fall. It's called A Win for Every Stitch. Red Sox had 108 wins. There's 108 stitches on a baseball. See what he did there? Clever dude. Excellent book. Recaps all of the Red Sox wins, or all the Red Sox games from the 2018 season. Extremely entertaining. I especially love actually going into the book and looking at some of the more painful losses that the Red Sox have. I don't know why I do that. But the reason why I do that is because knowing that they won the World Series and kind of revisiting those games kind of makes me chuckle at how, irrationally pissed I probably was at that particular time. Especially opening day. The opening day one is fantastic when Joe Kelly gave up whatever it was. The Red Sox had like a 6-run lead or whatever it was. And that one cracks me up every time. But great book. Again, Win for Every Stitch. You can grab it. Probably your best bet is probably just to go to Amazon. Although Drew has his own website. It's the Rock and Roll Chemist blogspot. You can find it there as well. I think if you just do an internet search, you'll be able to find that. Fantastic book. I'm about a quarter of the way through. I've kind of been jumping around from game to game. I'm kind of skimming around the book. Super fun book. It's almost like a reference book for the greatest season the Red Sox ever had. So, I mean, you got to check it out and give Drew some props. So, tomorrow, Balls Deep Red Sox podcast will be going back to a weekly format. Myself and Andrew Andrews will be manning that. We're going to talk about tomorrow's opening day, the results of that. And, give a little bit of a preview of the season. We get some other topics we're going to talk about as well. For this Sox vlog, the first thing we're going to talk about is Alex Cora naming the starting rotation for the 2019 season. He did that yesterday. So Chris Sale is going to start tomorrow in Seattle. He's your number one starter. No surprise. He just got a contract extension. 5-year deal. Little south of 150. I know some people are mad because of his durability. I personally don't hate the signing. I mean, I don't know what the Red Sox are going to do. They don't really have anyone, really pushing the door, trying to break through the door of the majors as far as the rotation goes. Nathan Eovaldi will start Friday. Eduardo Rodriguez will start Saturday, and Rick Porcello will go Sunday. All those games are being played in Seattle. And then David Price will go Sunday in Oakland. Price has been ill. He's had a little bit of a sickness, so that's why he's been pushed to the quote-unquote number 5 starter role. Obviously, he's not your number 5 starter. Arguably, after last year, he might be your number 1 starter. Considering that he stayed healthy for the majority of the year and kind of had a really, really good postseason. So Price is, Price is also, and nothing official on this. I kind of looked for some information on this, but it was hinted at that David Price, even though he wouldn't be starting until Monday against Oakland, that he would be pitching at some point. So I don't know if he's going to be this sort of available out of the bullpen thing. God knows the Red Sox need bullpen help. I'm interested to see if this whole starters, instead of throwing on their off days, I'm interested to see if the Red Sox are going to go to this thing where they have their starters pitch during their off days, because I'm just getting that feeling that might be something that they're leaning toward. Look, I don't know. These guys are smarter than me when it comes to baseball, so if they think that's something that's doable, we'll see. I could be completely wrong. That's just a hunch. I don't know. All right, but in any case, I like this announcement of the starting rotation. Here's why: because you got Chris Sale, who's a lefty. All right, you got Nathan Eovaldi, who's a righty. Then you go back to a lefty in Eduardo Rodriguez, and then you go back to a righty in Rick Porcello, and then of course back to a lefty in David Price. Left, right, left, right. It's a strategy that a lot of managers do. I personally like it, especially when you got a 4-game series against a team like you do against Seattle. So no issues there. I mean, I think the rotation is the rotation in the starting lineup of the strengths of the Red Sox. There's no doubt about that. The weakness, of course, is the bullpen. Those guys pitch like garbage in the spring. Not that I take too much stock in that, but I mean, my goodness gracious. So speaking of position players, Sandy Leon this week placed on waivers. Some people are actually upset at this news. Someone on Facebook wrote like we have no catches now. We got no catches. You do have catchers. You had 3 catchers. So yeah, 3 catchers. Most teams don't carry 3 catchers, everyone. And Sandy Leon is by far the worst of the 3 catchers. Dude did not even hit over 200 last year. Okay. Guy's absolutely useless. So here's the other thing about Sandy Leon, and I checked this out. This is from Chris Smith of Mass Live. So Leon was put on waivers yesterday. He's got yesterday, day before. He's got 48 hours to decide whether he wants to return to Pawtucket. So as I'm taping this right now, he hasn't made his decision on whether he will accept the basically a demotion to Pawtucket. If he does, that $2.75 million, which is his salary for this year, actually does count toward the luxury tax. That's bad news for the Red Sox. That's bad news. You're hoping he goes to free agency and someone else picks him up and takes on that salary, because I mean that's just more money that is going to be down in Pawtucket and is going to be wasted. P.S. Good news. This is the last year of Pablo Sandoval's deal. So that's a good thing. That money will be air quotes freed up. So, and the reason why Sandy Leon's salary counts toward the luxury tax threshold is because of the new CBA. So a guy like Rusney Castillo, for instance, he's getting paid I think he's getting paid like $10 million this year. That does not count toward the Red Sox luxury tax because he was kind of grandfathered in or grandfathered out, however you want to put it. Doesn't matter to him. He's still getting his money. So I guess the Red Sox were grandfathered in with his contract, where they don't have to, they don't have to pay that. But I'm telling you right now, and God forgive me to all you Sandy people. Hold on, I just want to boom sauce, Lord Hobo Brewing out of Massachusetts, great beer. Cheers. Just like, R.I.P. Sandy Leon. Like, if you're really upset about this guy, I actually kind of feel bad for you, because he's literally the worst position player on the team. Like, literally, he's the worst position player on the team. And out of the 3 catchers, he's the worst performer. Can he call a good game? Sure. Was he Chris Sale's personal catcher? Sure. Do I like personal catchers? No. Pitchers need to be able to throw to whoever's behind the plate, because someone can get, tear an ACL, break a leg, whatever. If you're like, oh, now I can't pitch till then. Now I can't pitch. That's a real problem. Sandy Leon's gone. Blake Swihart deserves a chance. He was a first-round draft pick. I've talked about Blake Swihart a million times on Guy Bosses Sports, on my articles, Balls Deep podcast. I've talked about how Blake Swihart deserves a chance to show what he can do. And if he can't, well, guess what? There are other catchers out there, and they can call up Sandy Leon, and that's fine. But all you Sandy Leon lovers who are like completely depressed by this, tip a 40 to his memory, and like, let's move on from Sandy Leon. It's really not a big deal. Okay, guy was the worst player on the team. All right. Any case, So that's Sandy. That's my deal with that. Check out Guy Boston Sports Store. It's kind of a revamped page. We get all your fresh gear, some balls deep stuff here. We got hats, we get t-shirts, we got polos, we got sweatshirts, we got bomber jackets, ton of great stuff. So check that out. And enter promo code Chikaris 10, Chekares 10, for a 10% discount on your order. Opening day is tomorrow. We will have a Balls Deep Red Sox baseball podcast Friday, to recap the game and to go over some things that we see. I'll have an article hopefully out tomorrow for Guy Boston Sports, kind of breaking down how this is one of the most bittersweet opening days in that I can remember, being a Red Sox fan. Really kind of finally saying goodbye to 2018, a season that I really didn't want to say goodbye to at all, because it was super special. So Red Sox season is upon us. Baseball season is upon us. Go check out Drew Athens' book. Check out Balls Deep Podcast. You can go to the website and listen there, or you can subscribe to iTunes. We were on there as well. So, March 27th, Sox Vlogs. That's a wrap. Cheers. Here's to the last day without Red Sox baseball for another, hopefully, 7-8 months. Cheers.